Welcome to the third week in a row of tech issues. So I channeled in real time. I went to immediately check that the visuals were good and there was no glitching and no funny business. And there was no audio, even though my mic was on, my mic was plugged in. I have no idea why it didn't record. I used the Moon Deck Oracle cards. I pulled 3 cards. And I'm just going to run through quickly what came through and our little analysis at the end. So this is probably going to be super duper short. What came through immediately was this visual of a side saddle. So it's like we were in a side car to someone else, almost like in those old cartoons where someone's on like the motorcycle and then there's a little attachment. That's kind of what it looked like. So we weren't the main character. We weren't in charge. This feels like it's a new role for us, but it's about ceding that control. We actually don't need to be in charge all the time. We can just be a member of the team, a contributor to the mission, an assistant, if you will, a helper to somebody else. And what we're working on this week for our card, we have the transform card. I honor the natural process of growth and transformation, is we are evolving into and getting comfortable and acclimating to this new role. And it may feel a little bit uncomfortable as we are growing to become that next, I would say, like more relaxed, more centered version of ourselves. This is a long-term theme for the entire week. This is the overall umbrella. Everything else, I will say, just added on as an addendum. We pretty much moved right into the next card, which was the Weaver card. I'm the Weaver of my reality. And this is the reminder that while we are actively, so these are decisions we're making, choices, steps executed, it's also a mental game. So we have to tell ourselves, okay, that's right. I am not in charge. I don't need to be in charge. This is okay. I'm doing what I need to do. I need to step back. It's important for me to rest, etc. We're shifting our reality. We're shifting our perception of ourselves, of these scenarios, about how we normally operate, because we're trying to do things differently. We're trying to be different. So these are working together. It's like body, action, mind in tandem, connected throughout the bulk of the week. And what came through was around Saturday. So it felt like it was time zone dependent. So like late Saturday going into Sunday, we had a shift. This was a change in the narrative. So we're not fully departing from this overall theme. It's still the theme for the week, but how we are approaching it is different. So the card that we had is the desire card. I craft my core desires with certainty and ease. So what's going on here is really all these cards are kind of saying a similar thing. They're all I statements. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be this way. And I am going to take this specific action. So this is the transformation, because first we have 2 bugs and then we're a person. So the narrative shifts here when we are taking action and we're approaching. So this is also mindset. This is like both mindset and action. We're crafting in alignment with our desires. We know that it's going to work out. We know that we have the skills and the resources to make it happen. So it's like fusing the 2 of them together. But the reason that the narrative is different is because we are like remembering our abilities and our gifts. All of these are about some sort of change. So this is change and growth and transformation. It's the butterfly in the cocoon, caterpillar becoming the butterfly. It's a spider. It has to weave the web. It's creating. So that's 2 processes of change and creation, something that didn't exist that now does. And then, of course, in the last one, she's brewing something up. So for all of them, we are taking some specific action to make something that was not there before. And overall, the thing that wasn't there before is like the new version of us, if you will, how we take up space in the world, how we're interacting with other people. Looking at the astrology, we start off with the moon in Cancer on Monday. It changes around 8 a.m. Eastern time. And it's there for the next couple days, but that is capturing a bit of maybe the discomfort. I thought, like, okay, we're in the cocoon. this is a bit of an adjustment. This feels different. It's boundaries. It's our relationship with that main character, the person who's in the driver's seat. Those are important lessons in general for Cancer. So we have that coming up. That's Monday. That's Tuesday. And then on Wednesday morning, we have the moon entering Leo. This is now about how we are expressing, how we are showing up, how we are understanding our reality and our role in it. So again, they're working in tandem, but they are complementary in this general storyline. Then we get to Friday. And Friday, we're still in this energy, what I've been talking about. We have the moon entering Virgo. So now we are creating, we are fixing, we are adjusting. It's about the communication, Mercury ruled. So it's still about our mindset and what's happening. So I think all of these are really great moons to complement the overall mission of the week. And of course, of note, on Friday around 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Chiron entering Taurus. For more details on that, watch my first June 2026 Astro Weather Report. It was on Chiron and Mercury. So I give more details on that. This is a very significant transit. It's the beginning of a preview period, and it's focused on healing. So this is the introduction of this is a longer term, several month scenario where we are having to think about our mindset, relationship with scarcity, the material, the world around us. Do we feel safe? All right. Well, do we feel safe in not in the driver's seat? Do we feel safe ceding some control, which Taurus wants? It wants things to be stable and make sense and not go too fast. But we're having to grow. We're having to come out of the cocoon. We're having to build something new for ourselves and do a lot of reframing. So this also works really well. And again, depending on the time zone, the first real full day is Saturday, but the major turning point that I mentioned before with the Saturday into Sunday, depending on your time zone, is what happens on Sunday Eastern Time, which is two things. We have the sun entering Cancer. So this is our life force changing. We started the week with the moon in Cancer, and then we're ending the week with the sun in Cancer. And this means how we are approaching life, how we are showing up, a new chapter, especially like looking at your chart. If you are a Leo rising or the sun rules your chart based on calculation, you end up with fixed fire. Basically, you may be especially prone, susceptible to feeling this sort of a shift, a new chapter, but you can feel this regardless. And you can honestly work with it if you want to choose craft and say, oh, this is a new chapter. I'm starting something new on Sunday. What we're locking in is those lessons we were thinking about, Cancerian lessons from the beginning of the week, and knowing that we can use our gifts. And maybe our gifts in this example are our intuition, our compassion. So those Cancerian traits could be directly contributing with this transition point and say, I'm going to use those gifts that I have. I'm going to use those abilities to help me adjust to this longer transformation, the growth, mindset shifts that are happening. And then later in the day, also complementing this, we have the moon entering Libra, another cardinal sign, and one that is focused on those relationships. So we keep talking about ourselves in relation to other people or in relation to ourselves. This also fits very nicely as well. The day that this comes out, I will be doing an Insight Timer class. So June 15th, I'm offering mini readings on Insight Timer starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're unable to make it, you can look at my schedule for next month, or you can book a reading with me directly. I have writing questions where I send you a few paragraphs worth of channeled text based on your question within 24 hours. Or you can book a live reading with me, either with or without cards. So you can head to the link in my profile to go to my website.